spin around and round. It's the kind of combination puts you 6 feet down. I got 4-round Wranglers and a pearl snap shirt. I'm spitting out blood in the Texas dirt. This ain't no kind of living for man with sense, but I ain't never been accused of watching on a fence. I'd rather ride on lightning than breathe into the night. So won't you open up the gate and I'ma see you on the other side? 'Cause I'm a cowboy. Some dusty chaps, $48 and a Stetson hat. But there's 2 more rounds of rank bulls to ride, and I'll be worth a lot more when I leave tonight. But it ain't about money, it comes from deep inside. So won't you open up the gate and I'ma see you on the other side? 'Cause I'm a cowboy. Got a few from bulls and 2 or 3 from bars, but that's the price I pay for fighting through the pain. There ain't never been a pussy make the Hall of Fame. Come on. I ain't Jim Sharp, I ain't Chris Ledoux. I'm just a Carolina kid with an attitude. It was born to rock, born to ride, born to raise hell on a Friday night. I'd rather ride on light than beat into the night. So go and open up the gate and I'ma see you on the other side. 'Cause I'm a cowboy. Yeah, I'm a cowboy.
Start your engines!
4, 3, 2, 1, green screen. I have no rear grip whatsoever. I'm sideways. Sideways everywhere. Come on, man. Do what you can. The vibration in this car is the worst vibration that I've ever had, and the shifter's broken again.
Well, good evening, Reigns fans, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. It is now time for the 14th annual Gobbler 100A main event here at the virtual Volusia Speedway Park. Thanks to TyBTV and TeamVLR.com. Brett Wheeler joined alongside Alex Robinson. 2 prelim servers are done. Alex, we've got our 25 starters. There was a provisional. Tanner Tomasi gets that provisional. 25 cars. 100 laps dirt street stocks around Volusia, with the payout $1,000 going to the winner and paying all the way out to positions number 20.
It's going to be great. And you know what? You know who we talked about it last week during the prelude. If he was a guy to watch out for, boy, he had quick time in the second server, finished second in the second server, won his heat race, of course. Bang Banger champion Gage Martinez, Brett Wheeler.
Gage Martinez, huh? You want to know who won it? Carl Kilgore swept server number 1.
It worked out perfectly that I got to watch your checkered flag fly as we were doing our warm-up session. So I was sneaking over there and seeing who you got. But I heard a little birdie say Howard Weaver was also made the field.
He did. I think he finished like 6th or 7th. So he's going to have a somewhat of a decent starting position. Who will take out the 14th annual Gobbler 100? Well, we could have another repeat winner, or we could have our first time winner. Of course, 9 winners so far in the first 13 years. Dylan Hauser has won the last 2. He's going for 3 in a row. He's going for a 3-peat. Alex, are you picking Hauser for the 3-peat, or are you going someone else?
I'm going to go someone else. I'm not going to say who. I'm going to keep my cards close to my chest, but I'm not going to say it. But think about it for a second. The last 3-time winner, you would have to go back. Austin Semmelman won it in 11, 12, never a 3-peat, and then he went back and won it in 15. So Dylan Hauser looking to join only one other driver with 3 Gobbler wins. But the years after years, and this year, I want to say, it might be one of the toughest years that he can secure this win.
Yeah, what a way to pick up a 3rd win if he was able to get the checkers at the end of the 100-lap main event. Of course, we go back to 2008. Johnny Chambers picked up the inaugural Gobbler 100. Then it was Joe Robertson. In 2009, 2010 was Joe Barker. 11 and 12 was Austin Simmerman. 13, 14 went to Brian Williams. 15th was Austin Simmerman. And I want to say the last Dirt Track 2 racing event went to Wild Bill Aarons in 2016. Before they made the transition over to iRacing in 2017, where Shane James picked up that win. And I'm going to say from memory, I'm pretty sure that was at Lanier. I want to nearly say that I was actually on the call for that one. And of course, a year later, Kevin Dedman in 2018 picked up the win. And then the last 2 years, well, it's all been the Dylan Hauser show, getting 2019 and 2020. Who's going to be the mark? Who's going to be the champion at the end of this 100-lap main event in 2021? We'll find out the payout, of course, $1,000 to the winner, $600 for 2nd, $450 for 3rd, $300, $250 for 4th and 5th. Then we go to $200, $175, $150, $125, $100, $90, $80, $75, $70, $65, $60, $55, $55, and 19th through to 20th all get $50. So 25. So Alex, regardless of what happens here, these drivers, they're at least going to get some money back in their back pocket for running the Gobbler 100.
Oh, yeah, but think about it. How many drivers, you said Tanner Tomasi got that provisional, but think of the drivers who, put their hat in the ring against some of the best. And, I forgot to tell you, I am so upset. So close, but yet so far. Logan Rumsey almost made it, and guess what Logan Rumsey had on his car?
Pretty Ponies.
Oh, my God, he brought back the pretty pony car.
Pretty Ponies. I knew it.
Close. I was so hoping that he would make the show that I could talk about the pretty pony car during the A-Main.
Well, unfortunately, not going to see the pretty ponies car in the A-Main, courtesy of Logan Rumsey. But again, before we go any further, of course, a big thank you to, of course, TyBTV, TeamVLR.com, iRacing, iFlag, CFM Esports, and Dirty Grass Sold for their support with this one-off event, the 14th annual Gobbler 100, right here on UltimateDirtTV. Again, we're live across Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. We're also live on the TeamVLR.com Facebook page as well. So if you are watching wherever you're watching, make sure you hit that like and follow button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, where we're closing in on 2,000 subscribers. Billy Oberly and Kathy Oliver, thank you for those 200 stars. We appreciate it. Alex, we're not too far away. It's pretty much right now, as the drivers are not on the racetrack. We can almost say that this is really the calm before the storm.
100 laps. Some big money on the line. Some of the best drivers on iRacing against some of the best drivers in the street stocks. You know, that ringer of Carl Kilgore, the bang banger champion of Gage Martinez. You also have pros, Evan C., Dylan Yeager, Alex Bergeron. You know, it's a stacked field.
It was always going to be a stacked field with 120 entries, dwindled down just to now one is 25. But it is time now, Alex, let's take a look at your starting grid from back to front for the 14th annual Gobbler 100.
Starting in that 25th spot, it's the 09 of Tanner Tomasi. Starting 24th, the 21 of Matt Fletchel. 23rd, it's Ryder Cantillo.
Cody Myers lines up at a position number 22, then to the inside, position number 21, it's Preston Oberly.
Starting 20th, the 052 of Billy Northcutt. 19th is Colton Sapansky.
Position number 18 for Dirty Dozen, it's Blake Murray to the inside, Brunson Benning at a position number 17.
Starting 16th to 17, that's Logan Rourke. 15th, that's 62 for Extreme Savage, it's Jamie Massey.
Tyler Jackson rolls off at a position number 14 to the inside, the 55, position number 13, Cruz Cordell.
Starting 12th, it's Alex Brewer. Starting 11th, the 07, it's Howard Weaver.
Dylan Hauser looking to make it 3 in a row. Will start from position number 10 to the inside, the 12 of Alex Bergeron.
Starting 8th, the 33, that's Evan C. Starting 7th in the 10, it's Jordan Gage.
Dylan Yeager will start position number 6. Devin Morgan lines up at a position number 5.
Row number 2 on the outside, that 16 machine. He hails from Texas. It's the Bang Banger champion, it's Gage Martinez. Starting 3rd, the 69, it's Keith Hackney.
And your front row for tonight's 100 lap 14th annual Gobbler 100, Zane Yost, position number 2, and Carl Kilgore, position number 1. Alex, it's time to pick a winner and a hard charger.
Winner? I'm going to go with the guy who hasn't won it yet. The 33, Evan C. breaks the streak, the cold streak of the Gobbler. Evan C. gets the job done. And I'm going to go with the guy who made it through from a B main to make it to this show. Cody Myers will be the hard charger.
Well, I'm going to go. Who'd you go with, Evan C? Look, I'm going to go with Dylan Hauser. I really reckon he makes it 3 in a row. As for a hard charger, I'm going to go a little deeper in the field. I'm going to go Tanner Tomasi.
You're part of that Tomasi posse.
Well, let's find out. 100 laps on the board. The 14th annual Gobbler 100 brought to you by TyBTV and TeamVLR.com. We are green flag action. 100 laps around Volusia.
100 laps on the board. Carl Kilgore, he's out in front right now. Again, this is going to take a while. This is going to be battling and a battle of attrition here. Zane Yost, Devin Morgan, Gage Martinez here. That 69 machine of Gage Martinez sitting in the 4th spot. And our first caution of the night is out.
Well, we'll have to see what happens here on your UltimateDirtTV instant replay, because I'm sure some of these drivers already a little unhappy right now, but let's see how and who and why we are under the yellow flag conditions. Howard Weaver was making it 3 wide. Bergeron puts a slide job on Evan C. C turns it back underneath, and then of course Cruz Cordell nowhere to go. Howard Weaver. And a nice little 360 Cruz Cordell. Cruz, you can't bark there. Colton Sapansky involved in that one as well, and Sapansky, well, he's got a busted rear end in that 77Z machine.
You know what the best one is? I asked Dylan Yeager during the interview, if it comes down to him and the 07 of Howard Weaver, would he let Howard Weaver win it just like he does in his heyday, or does he take the win and take it under the rug? He said, It depends on it. He said he might give him a little elbow grease no matter what. But now Howard got a long way to go.
Who'd you go for hard charger?
I went Cody Myers.
Cody Myers, the 18. Okay. What did I go with? Tanner Tomasi. I'm just trying to update the pick'ems here on the right. So, wow, we've got a couple of superstars, but yeah, Evan C. I mean, Carl Kilgore, I'm sure he would love to make it a 10 different winner. We've had 9 different winners so far in 13 years. We could be looking at a 10th different winner tonight, Alex, or we could be looking at, well, the only driver in this field that has won is Dylan Hauser. Nobody else in this field has picked up a Gobbler, so there is a 1 in 25 chance, a 1 in 25 chance that he's going to go back to back.
And the best part is, we almost had 2. I feel bad for the guy. Kevin Dedman almost made it.
1 spot out, didn't he?
1 spot short.
Yeah.
1 spot short, and I felt bad for the guy. I was hoping he would do it, but I'll tell you what, all night long, instant classic between him and Tanner Tomasi. There's going to be instant classic because we're back to the green flag. Carl Kilgore, that 21 machine, goes up top here as Keith Hackney in the 65. Those two are teammates, and they're sitting 1 and 2.
Here comes Devin Morgan to the inside right now. He's going to be a sleeper in this field, although he was very quick last week at the prelude to the Gobbler. He actually finished 3rd in tonight's server number 1, so he's going to be one to watch as well. But it's his track, still very tacky right now. Still got a fair bit of moisture on it. Alex, by the time we get to that 100 lap, I'm really expecting this track to be widened up and really slick from top to bottom, buddy.
It's going to be fun. That's all I'm going to say. It's going to be fun.
Oh boy, Cruz Cordell.
Don't you tell me.
Cruz Cordell is Evan C there as well. Cordell in the 55, and oh, there was Blake Murray. Evan C got a piece of that one as well. Blake Murray, mate, you can't actually pass your other. You know what, Alex? You know, it's okay. Evan C, he's going in to get some quick repairs done on that 33, as is Tanner Tomasi. So, I mean, you've got your pick for a feature winner. You've got my pick for a hard charger. Going in and getting a quick repair. You know what? I was actually near going to pick Carl Kilgore to win this thing. He was absolutely phenomenal in that server number 1.
You know what? I'm kind of licking my chops because I will go back here from a year. My first ever broadcast here on UltimateDirtTV, I picked that man to win, and he double dipped for me when I picked him twice, and he won a street stock and a super late model feature. I should have went with my gut. I should have went with my old friend Carl Kilgore.
Yeah, well, you know what? We've already taken the greens, so unfortunately you can't take it back, and we've got our picks locked in. Again, feel for everybody to let us know, who do you think will win tonight's main event? Will it be Carl Kilgore? Will it be Keith Hackney? Saying yes. I mean, there's 25 drivers that are out on the racetrack, all vying for a $1,000 payday. We know some of these drivers, Alex, they've already won thousands upon thousands of money here on iRacing. Some drivers picking up a couple $100 over the course. Yeah, it might be 20, 30, 50, $100 here, there, and maybe a bit of everywhere, but $1,000 for one race. I spoke to Keith Hackney. He reckons he felt like he's turned nearly 10,000 laps at this very racetrack just in preparation for this event.
You know, I think out of this field there, we said about the pro drivers, I think they're the only ones that have, you know, banked majorly off, especially Alex Bergeron. But Carl Kilgore, he could use some upgrades this offseason on that race car, repair some parts, so he's looking for that $1,000. But Keith Hackney, Zane Yost, those three right now, you know, not the big names, but those three are ringers in the street stock division. They're sitting 1, 2, and 3 here with Devin Morgan, Dylan Yeager, Alex Bergeron. Well, you got 3 ringers, you got 3 pros sitting in the top 6.
Oh, look at Gage Martinez in position number 6. He's fending off the two machine of Dylan Hauser, who's now on the inside right now of Bergeron. Then you go back to Alex Brewer in car 69. He's right there with him as well. And there's a 4-car battle. Make that 5. We can really throw it a whole blanket over. There's 2 and 3 wide action already through turn number 3 and 4. Hauser is up to position number 7, plus 3 at the moment, Alex. And I got to say, he slides up. He looks very good very early on.
There comes Bergeron. Look at the run the 12 machine got there in the middle of the raceway. He takes back that 7th spot here. As again, we got a long way to go here. trouble for Carl Kilgore. It looked like a little bit there as Keith Hackney gaining some ground there. Devin Morgan now into the third spot here. As again, these cars battling it out. There goes Dylan Yeager right now. Yeager and Zane Yost, those two battled it out early on in server number 2, and now they're putting on another instant classic for that third spot.
Well, I gotta say, Alex, server number 1 is dominating right now because they're 1, 2, and 3. And believe it or not, that's exactly how they finished in server number 1 as well. So these drivers, well, they're very familiar with the rear bumpers. As we complete lap number 9, we've still got 91 to go.
You notice that in the top 6, yours is 1, 2, and 3. Mine's 4, 5, and 6, but they're out of order. Zane Yost, then it should have been Gage Martinez, but Dylan Yeager said, forget this, I'm going to pass you early in this one. Then you see Bergeron, Hauser, Gage, Massey, the top 10 and on back battling it out as well.
Gee, I tell you what, Jordan Gage had a phenomenal run. He finished 4th in server number 1, so he started position 7. And I tell you what, I would have loved to have spoken to Jordan had he had gotten on the podium, and I'm really hoping that Jordan, you know, we know Jordan, he's a very handy street stock racer. I'd love to see him get a big payout here from this street stock in the Gobbler.
Talk about 13th right now. Cody Myers in 13th. Where's your pick at? Evan C's there in 15th. Tanner Tomasi out back there in 21st. But again, this race is going to take a battle of attrition. You see a lot of contact there. Myers drops back to 14th with Northcutt, Benning. And there comes Cruz Cotto in that 55 Evan C as well. Myers drifts up the raceway, opens room. 3 cars go by, and a 3-for-1 move.
Well, you hate to see it. How about Billy Northcutt as well in that zero machine? He started position number 20. He's up to 13, so that's +7. At the moment, we go back and look up throughout the field and see if there's any sort of changes at the moment here in the 14th annual Gobbler 100. It's still Carl Kilgore. Alex, so far in 2021, Carl Kilgore has not had any other car other than the pace car in front of him under racing conditions.
Carl Kilgore has been a dominant beast so far, and right now he is out in front here. 14 laps in the book here. Keith Hackney, Devin Morgan. Morgan comes to the inside here. And again, you talk about you don't see Bergeron, you don't see C up in the front right now, but it's a matter of saving equipment. You know, Evan C is known for that stuff as he sits back at 14th here, but I think he's sitting back, relaxing, and enjoying some battles right now.
Here we go. Here's some good battles on the racetrack. Some drivers who have had history with one another. Bergeron and Hauser side by side. Then you go back to Jordan Gage, Alex Brewer. As Gage gets by Brewer, Jordan Gage up to position number 9. Here comes the 10 machine of Gage. He's got a bit of a run down into turn number 3 as he tucks in behind the 2 machine of Dylan Hauser. Hauser has moved his way to position number 7. And now Jordan Gage coming after Alex Bergeron for that 8th position on the racetrack. Meanwhile, back up front, I thought I seen Keith Hackney trying to peek to the inside there on your race leader, but at the moment it's still Carl Kilgore leading the way in your top 5, Alex. They're broken away from 6th position, Gage Martinez, and then Gage Martinez, he's actually broken away from the likes of Dylan Hauser, Jordan Gage, and Alex Brewer, and those type of drivers.
Yeah, we're having a little bit of pack racing going on here. Kilgore, Hackney, Morgan, Yeager, and Yost. That's your first pack. Martinez is that one left out to dry, and then Hauser through Bergeron and Massey. They're a group, and then, you know, you look back and there's another group of 5 or 6. So they're all spreading out in their own groups here. So keep an eye on that ticker because there are going to be battles that we can't keep up with.
Well, Devin Morgan, little mistake there in turn number 1 and 2 as we complete lap number 19. So still 81 to go. Kilgore again. He has been absolutely perfect so far as Gage tried to throw a move there on Dylan Hauser, but couldn't complete the pass. And now that'll open up the door to the outside there for Alex Brewer to sneak around Jordan Gage. And Jordan Gage going to get relegated back to 8th, but here he comes back up on the inside. Number 10 has got some real speed down the straightaways, Alex.
As right now, Jordan Gage tries to make a move, a little contact made between him and Brewer. Bergeron takes the advantage there as Alex Bergeron, Alex Brewer. It's 2 ABs sitting there at 9 and 10. Jamie Massey in the 11th spot, but up front you still have Kilgore, Hackney, and Morgan. There's still close quarter racing here as you have Yeager, you have Yost, top 5 still right there, but Gage Martinez closing in and bringing Hauser with him.
There what, first through to 5th you see on screen, Alex, it's only 7/10 of a second, so one little mistake from these top 3 drivers, and 4th and 5th are going to be right there waiting for an opportunity. Lap 22 is in the book, still 78 to go, and right now It has been the Car Kilgore show here in the 14th annual Gobbler 100. Hackney, Morgan, Jaeger. I tell you what, Jaeger looks pretty racy early on.
And you know what? Talking about that 6th place car right now, we got an in-car update. I don't know how we can do it, but Gage Martinez lap 20 update. Car is good, looks wild behind him. Well, guess what? You might not want to look behind you now because here comes Dylan Hauser.
Well, looking for a 3-peat and to be the second person to have 3 Gobbler wins and to be the only person to get a hat-trick of Gobbler wins back to back to back. Can he get the job done? There is still an enormous amount of time left. We've still got 76 to go, Alex. Dylan Jaeger just starting to open up the door now for Zane Yost. And Alex, you got to think right now, some of these drivers, they might do 30, 40, 50 laps. You see in super late models, you can do up to 60, 75 laps at the shorter racetracks. These half-a-mile racetracks, these guys are driving 50 miles. It's really got to take an enormous amount of concentration for these drivers to keep focused for that 100-lap distance.
You know what? I said to Zane Yost during the interview, I asked him, what would he do? How would he feel if this race went green to checker throughout the way? He said he'd be tired, he'd be exhausted, but it'd be worth it at the end if he made it all the way through. And right now, he's in a good spot, sitting in that 5th spot. Gage Martinez off back once again, because there comes Jordan Gage bringing Alex Bergeron on the outside as well. Those 2 cars going outside there is Gage Martinez bottom. Caution, flag waves.
I was just going to say that Jordan Gage, I tell you what, he's really showing some aggressive signs here, Alex. Alex, if I'm seeing this correctly.
Don't.
If I'm seeing this correctly. Evan, that's not a place you can park, mate. That is not a place you can park. You can't park there. Do you want to talk about that one, Alex?
No.
Oh, you're about to get hit with a good chat just then.
Should have been a great chat, but no.
Hey, on the other side of the scale there, Cody Mize, you picked him for hard charger, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's at +8 at the moment.
He's looking impressive.
He was one of those cars we seen last week at the Gobbler. That was pretty good, eh? Cruz Cordell was one of those. The other one, there's 255. Cruz Cordell and Cody Mize were the ones that sort of really impressed last week. Tomasi's at +6. Tell you who else is at +6. Matt Fletcher in 18th position. He started 24th. Billy Northcutt in the Zero Machine. He started 20th. He's at a +5 in 15th position. Then we go to the likes of Brunson Benning, +5 from 17th to 12th. Jamie Massey, +4. Dylan Hauser, +4 at the moment. And the biggest guy that, the person who's had the reverse beepers on, Evan C, -14. So, Alex, think about it this way. If the race was to end right now where these drivers are on the racetrack, you would get hard charge, but you would also get the reverse hard charger.
No, I don't want to talk about it.
Okay. Oh, that's fair enough.
Howard Weaver for the win.
You can't change. Mate, this is no 7, alright?
Ain't 07. I don't know if he'll... You know what? Has he ever won one of the big events?
Negative. Not to my knowledge. Well, we know he hasn't won a Gobbler. As far as the spring fling goes, I'm going to say no again. Look at old Gage. He's planning on following Hauser to the front. Well, if there's one car you want to follow... Huh?
About to say, did you get that update too?
Yeah. If there's one car you want to follow to the front, it's that 2 machine of Dylan Hauser. That's a $1,000 tow right there. Here we go. The Bang Bangers are back. Street Stocks here at Volusia. We're back to green in the A main of the 14th annual Gobbler 100, brought to you by TyBTV and TeamVLR Racing. Kilgore slides up. Here comes Hackney trying to look to the outside. That opens up the door for Devon Morgan. It's battle on 4 positions, 2 and 3, but still Kilgore continues to lead the way. Alex, he's making that 21 really, really wide right now. And here comes Morgan. Look at Hauser into position number 6 and challenging for 5th position.
As You know, everyone says, oh, there's no such thing as drafting in dirt. Well, these street stocks, there is such thing. And right now what Carl Kilgore did on that restart was he cut the air off not one, but two. He cut the air off Devin Morgan and Keith Hackney, and that's the reason why he kept the race lead. But now they're trying to take him 3 wide there as Hackney goes outside of Kilgore once again. Here comes Dylan Yeager now, 2 VLR cars coming right behind Hackney and Kilgore. So teammates side by side, 2 wide.
Well, this is the first time Carl Kilgore has been challenged in Keith Hackney, 3 wide, Bergeron, Martinez and Hauser. The first time that Carl Kilgore has not led a lap in the 14th annual Gobbler 100 comes courtesy of his teammate Keith Hackney, a race leader from Kilgore. Yeager into position number 3, then you go back to Morgan, Yost, Jordan Gage up to position number 6. Hauser has slipped back there in 8th position. Make that 9th, now even 10th as he battles 3 wide. He's dropped like nearly 6 spots at the moment.
Well, I thought Gage Martinez said he was following Hauser as he passes Hauser. So now I don't know what the game plan is for that 69. We'll have to watch and see what he does because he is in a pack of wolves. You have Brewer, you have Brunning, you have Massey right there. You also have Dylan Hauser still in that pack.
Well, there's lots of side-by-side action for the drivers. Just in and outside the top 10 positions. Hauser gets into the back of Martinez. Little bump, no harm, no foul. Getting these straight stocks, they can really take a beating before they start to lose the power. Martinez into the back of, I think that's Brewer in the 69, 3 wide. Look at the 3 wide. Here goes the 55 of Cruz Cordell. Cordell now going to use the inside line. And look at these pair of 69s with 33 down, 67 to go.
Do you really want to get in a battle of banging with Gage Martinez there? He's a bang-banger champion for a reason. He showed it right there. Getting into the 9th spot now, right behind Jamie Massey there. Alex Bergeron still in the 7th spot, but keep an eye on Dylan Hauser as Hauser battling for everything he's got early on in this one. Dylan Yeager up to the 3rd spot, getting by Devin Morgan. There is that ripple machine of Zane Yost. Jordan Gage in 6th, looking to get a top 5.
I was just looking at that and looking at the last couple of laps, but keeping an eye on Jordan Gage and his speed and how he's been able to close in back up to a top 5 position. Remember, he started position number 7. We're going to go yellow for the 3rd time, I believe, in this main event. And we're going to blame Alex on this one because it's my hard charger pick of... I don't know why I picked him. He always crashes out. I don't think I've seen Tomasi finish an AMA in quite some time that I can recall, but... Anyhow, we take a look at the instant replay. It just looked like a bit of a racing deal, and then he goes upside down into the catch fence. And yeah, Tanner, it still means you can't park there.
He can park there.
No, he can't. He's upside down. He's half on the racetrack.
I was about to say it's not on the racing surface.
Yeah, half his car is in line on the racing surface.
Well, Wheeler, it looks like your hard charger pick might be out, and my pick for the win is out.
Oh yeah. Well, at least my one's back in the pits. So he can always get that minute 45 tow. He can always come back out on the racetrack and pick up a few positions. Your hard charger pick of Cody Myers, he's at plus 10 at the moment. I think he was sitting around the 9th or 8th position in that 55. We'll wait and see once timing and scoring loop fixes itself up. Cody Myers is in 12th, in fact, in that black and pink entry. Plus 10, started 22nd. So Tomasi's still plus 2, although he's back in the pits. And I went with Hauser to get the win, who is sitting back in 14th position. Oh boy, he's got a lot of work to do.
We're not even halfway yet. He got a chance.
Yeah, but Alex, we know these street stocks, and a lot of these drivers know that to pass them, they're not like sprint cars, or they're not like midgets or late models or modifieds, whether it's big blocks or umpies. You've really got to lean on someone to get them roughed up and out of their groove, and you've really got to make them work back to get back to the inside or to the outside. They've got to get back in that rhythm, mate.
A wise man once said, "Rubbing is racing."
Never heard of it. Never heard of her.
And in these cars, well, for some it's rubbing. For Gage Martinez, it's banging. And guess what? We're going back to the green flag as here comes Hackney. Hackney, look at the jump he got. As here comes Yeager. Now Yeager to the inside. Side by side goes Yeager and Morgan once again. As again, 2 by 2 they go. But those top 2, they've started to go single filing out. Here, Yeager, Morgan, the VLR teammates now. Side by side. Contact made. Bergeron, I think that was involved in that one. Gets a little contact from Gage as now Jordan Gage gets there, 3 wide behind those two.
Well, this racetrack is really starting to open up now here on the 38th lap. We're still 62 to go this time by for your race leader, Keith Hackney from Car Kilgore. They finished second and first in server number 1, Devin Morgan, who in fact ran runner-up, so still your top 3 happen to come from server number 1. They've really, I can't say they've got the experience because all these drivers, they all have the same experience, and I'm not sure how your racetrack went, Alex, but you know, towards the end of it, these drivers were right through the middle of the racetrack.
Our racetrack, there was 3 different lanes still going on in the feature event. Guys were running the bottom side. Zane Yost won it pretty much on the bottom side there, but again, Hackney, Kilgore, and Morgan right there. Zane Yost holding his own in the 4th spot. There you saw Bergeron. There's Cruz Caldwell. He's in that 9th spot. Cody Myers right behind in that 55 machine. There's Gage Martinez caught up in a 4-wide chaos. Here we go. Contact being made. Cars going around upside down, and that's Howard Weaver, I think, upside down as well.
Did you notice who was pushing him? Gage Martinez. Oh boy. No, I wouldn't be too happy. Gage Martinez, mate, you might need to get some new panels on that bang banger, buddy. That was a big one.
There was some history between those two, so.
Replay shows, look at this, 2 lots of 3-wide action. Just something had to give, or something did give. Northcutt in that 0 machine. And of course you had Alex Brewer there as well. Howard Weaver was involved. Blake Murray involved. Gage Martinez. Some of the drivers getting through that one. The likes of Preston Oberly somehow managed to get it through that one. Well, there's Gage Martinez getting trying to get the 69. I don't know what he's doing. This is Volusia. Oh, okay. Well, anyhow, that car is fixed. Miracles can happen.
Thought it was Weaver Valley, where he can just go somewhere.
Oh. I mean, there's lots of camper vans here, so I don't know how many lizards are around. I don't have fast repairs.
I didn't hear anyone from Salina Truck Stop tonight. I'm a little disappointed.
Yes, yeah, they were giving discount free showers, wasn't it? Up until 12 o'clock last week, if they mentioned UltimateDirtTV and TeamVLR.
Yeah, they were giving out free showers. I was waiting for them to give out free food. Then I want to make the trip.
Oh, how far is it from you?
Not too far, but I'll make the trip.
For a free feed.
Absolutely.
You'd probably spend more in gas than what you would. Yeah, no, you know what? Support the people that support sim racing. That's what I say. I don't care if you're going to drive 3 or 4 hours. Here we go. Back to green. 41 down, 59 to go, Alex. We're not too far away from halfway distance in the 14th annual Gobbler 100.
And Keith Hackney back out in charge. Here comes Zane Yost to the outside there. Alex Bergeron now right on the back, gets by Dylan Yeager. Now Bergeron coming after Devin Morgan and Zane Yost, trying to make a 3-wide, a little contact between Yeager and Bergeron there. Both keep it clean, keep it green. Now 3-wide, they go for the 3rd spot.
Well, have a look at the ripple effect up on the top side of the racetrack. Zane Yost in that blue and white ripple effect down by Devin Morgan. Down into turn number 3, your race leader is still Keith Hackney from Car Kilgore. And again, Kilgore, unfamiliar position right now so far from this from the 14th annual Gobbler. It's been about 10 laps since he's been behind Keith Hackney, getting a little roughed up, getting a little touched up there by Zane Yost. And again, that opens up the door for the 112 entry of Devin Morgan now to try and slide into position number 3.
Devin Morgan on the bottom side here. Again, you see 3 lines being used there, the top, middle, and bottom all being used. Dylan Yeager on the top side. I gotta wipe my eyes here. I thought I was asleep and dreaming there. Dylan Yeager running the top side there. Devin Morgan on the bottom side now, battling with Zane Yost still side by side. There comes Yeager.
Well, here is Morgan. Morgan up to position number 3. Kilgore just got some mechanical issues in that 21 entry. We are yellow on the racetrack, and we're 5 laps away, Alex, from half race distance where we were. Now we're going to be at 46 down with 54 remaining as we will take a look at what happened. And I know there's some elderly people out there in Facebook world and social media. They're not going to be too happy with Preston Oberly because he's the reason. Oh, look. Ask and you shall receive, Alex. Preston Oberly in the 17. Just on the outside of a 3-wide battle. Gets turned around. Preston, you can't park there. Alex, Selena 52 truck stop are watching. They're just busy with the end of the month document shredding. See? Ask and you shall receive, mate.
That just made my night. They actually commented.
Oh, look, like I said, ask and you shall receive. Again, a big thank you to, of course, TyBTV, TeamVLR.com, CFM Esports, iRacing, iFlag, and Dirty Grass Soul for their support with the 14th annual Gobbler 100. Again, we are looking at a potential 10th different winner in 14 years. Austin Simmerman, Dylan Hauser, and who we said Brian Williams, I think it was. Let me check my Google Doc. Brian Williams, the only 3 drivers that have picked up 2 or more feature wins in the Gobbler 100, brought to you by TeamVLR Racing. Again, that spans across back from the dirt track racing 2 days all the way to the past 4 years here on iRacing. And well, I'll tell you what, we've seen some very good races here in the Gobbler 100 since coming over. Well, I know I've seen some good racing since coming over to iRacing. I'm pretty sure I actually done a few little commentating videos for Mr. Howard Weaver on Dirt Track Racing 2 about 4 years ago or something. iRacing Dirt is nearly 5 years old, Alex.
Yeah, it's been a while. I remember when it was first announced when my buddy first got iRacing, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll buy it. Well, I bought it. Now I'm stuck with you. So life's doing pretty good, I think, here. Is guess what? Life's doing really good for Keith Hackney. Carl Kilgore, on the other hand, he's in some trouble because here comes Devin Morgan again.
Yeah, Morgan not going to go away from Car Kilgore as we work down the back straight away. There is also Zane Yost. Here comes Kilgore. Kilgore give him a little bump there to Keith Hackney. Say, hey, buddy, come on, let's go. Let's get these machines rocking and rolling. 47 down, 53 remaining here in your main event. 3 laps away, Alex, from half race distance, and Devin Morgan still trying that inside line. I wonder how many notes these drivers took away from the Gobbler last week. And spoke to Kilgore during the prelim main event interview. He said that it's amazing what 1 week can do, where he goes from the prelude to the Gobbler, not even making the show, to now winning the main event, and now right now sitting in 2nd position.
You know what the biggest thing is? As a caution flag waves yet again, I don't think these drivers really wanted to show their full hand and what they got in that prelim feature, because there's some cars that, like Cody Myers. Cody Myers ended up in a B main, ran through the B main, won the B main, ran through the A, made it into tonight's A main event, and now he's showing his hand here, and he's sitting, I want to say, close to the top 10.
Let's take a look at why we are under the yellow flag, nearing half race distance. Matt Fletcher in car number 21. Let's see if he gets a little bump from behind. He does. Does a nice little 360, but I think we have 1 car as well parked up there. I think that was Alex Brewer. It is Alex Brewer in the 69 entry. We're going to come back live, but just talking about how old iRacing is. I've been on iRacing for over 10 years, and I actually just, because they've got their Black Friday sale with 25% off recurring memberships and 50% off new memberships, I actually just splurged out a little bit and got another 2 years worth of iRacing, so I technically don't have to renew iRacing for another 3 years. And that's just a free shout out for them, because they give us a wonderful platform to broadcast on.
It was worth every penny.
It really is. Really love showcasing the world of esports.
I first when I bought it, splurged on the steering wheel, splurged on every dirt track and every dirt car. And then just about 5, maybe 6 months ago, I said, you know what? Just for fun, we're gonna buy every NASCAR track too. So now I own, like 100-some pieces, it feels like. About $600 later, I'm still not regretting my decision because I come on here every day and I have fun. And I enjoy racing with these guys like Keith Hackney and Carl Kilgore, because these guys, they'll show you a thing or two just like they're showing these pros. But it's not their division anymore. This is the street stocks, and Hackney and Kilgore, it's their house.
Certainly is their house, and right now Keith Hackney holds the keys to that house as we come to the cross flag sticks, officially halfway down, 50 down and 50 to go. We're 3 wide for the race lead. Devin Morgan, he may have found something there on the bottom side there when we went to yellow last time. Slide Joe, there's a bit of contact, bit of biffing and barging. We're nearly going to go 4 wide. It's 3 wide down the back straightaway. Kilgore on the inside, Morgan on the middles, and Keith Hackney on the bottom side. Did Kilgore just get the inside wall? Let me tell you, that does not move around here, and we're still going to go 3 wide. Lap number 51, and Devin Morgan is your 3rd race leader of the event.
Here comes Bergeron now. Watch Yeager, watch Yost. They're sitting and waiting, and here comes the 3 wide behind there. Alex Bergeron now going to take the spot of Hackney to take it 3 wide into turn 3 and 4 for your race lead. Kilgore, Morgan, and Bergeron now. Bergeron into Yost. They bounce and bang. Your race leader is back. It's Carl Kilgore.
Amazing couple of laps since the get-go on that restart. Kilgore back to the race lead out at Hackney. He's back in 4th position. Might be back to 5th if Alex Bergeron gets by him. Morgan, Kilgore again with those mechanical issues. A lot of 2 and 3 wide action once again here at Volusia. Track, Alex, is really starting to widen up, and this is where the experience will come into play. The drivers that know these racetracks, the drivers that know street stocks, the likes of Carl Kilgore, who is really a street stock specialist, this is going to suit him to a T right now.
And talk about somebody coming up through the ranks once again. Gage Martinez, remember, got caught up in that incident with Howard Weaver. Gage Martinez up to 13th. You see him there in the corner of your screen. Coming after Dylan Hauser, who is not having a fun time back here right now. Battle for his lifetime. Jordan Gage right now in front. Dylan Hauser, Tyler Jackson, Benning, Martinez, Myers, all right there to pass.
Yeah, have a look at Jamie Massey up to position number 5 in that 62 machine. He is at a plus 10. He started 15th. He is officially, at the moment, if the race was to end now, he would be your hard charger. And what a way to pick up, as we've got some contact on for the race lead. Morgan now on the inside of Massey, on Kilgore. Kilgore had it by a front bumper, but here comes Morgan. Hackney's still trying to work the outside. He's trying to fend off the challenge from Zane Yost, but the battle is on for the number 1 and 2 positions. Kilgore, he's got it. It's a battle of the 1s and 2s, and this time the 21 coming out on top.
Kilgore, Morgan, side by side they go. Kilgore give it again once to him. Kilgore on that middle side of the raceway. Devin Morgan on the bottom side there. Here comes Hackney again. 3-car battle there for the 4th spot between Massey, Yost, and Bergeron. Bergeron gets by Yost now. Massey holds on, and Brett Wheeler, isn't that the top 4 all on your server? Almost top 5?
Yes, it is. Top 4. Massey started 15. Yeah. No, it is. The 1, 2, 3, and 4. Zane Yost is in your server, and Bergeron was in my server. So 5 out of the top 6 drivers all come from server number 1. And server number 1 at the moment showing the way right now. 51 down, just 41 laps to go again here at the Volusia Speedway Park, the 14th annual Gobbler 100. Look at Bergeron trying the inside. Yeager trying to get back to the outside, but back up front, back up as a challenge for your race lead. Here comes Morgan on the inside one more time on Kilgore, but look at Hackney. Here he comes. Little contact, Morgan and Kilgore. Morgan now going to take over the race lead. He will lead lap number 60. 40 to go, Alex.
And that's not what you want to do. You do not want to give Devin Morgan that much room out in front of you now, because this is where that cream rises to the top, and Devin Morgan is in his comfort zone now, out in front, leading by a decent margin. But here comes Kilgore. Here comes Hackney now. Battle on for that 4th spot. Give it to Zane Yost. Gets by Massey now, bringing Alex Bergeron with him. Here comes Dylan Yeager there in the A spot now. Yeager trying to go back to the bottom side where he's most comfortable at 48 machine, trying to get by Alex Bergeron. There's Jordan Gage as well. Dylan Hauser now up to 9th here, as again, Dylan Hauser trying to be that 3-peat here, the first ever 3-peat winner, but Dylan Hauser still a long way to go, and a lot of cars to pass.
Bergeron into the side of Massey now. Yeager works to the inside. Massey going to lose 1, 2, 3 positions as Jordan Gage in the 10 machine gets on by Jamie Massey. So Jordan Gage, as I said, I've said it a number of times, I'd love to see Jordan Gage get a top 10, or even a top 5 finish. I'm sure it will be one of his highlights here. We've got a challenge on for the race leaders. Carl Kilgore Devin Morgan once again down into 1 and 2. Carl Kilgore takes back the race lead, and Keith Hackney says, righto mate, I'm going to follow you. Let's go back to the front as Devin Morgan slots back into position number 3. Now here he comes back to the inside. We are yellow, and that might be a saving grace for Devin Morgan because it'll all depend on how they came across the start-finish line, Alex, on the previous lap.
Man, oh man. Now this is basically a dash now. You've had 64 laps to get used to it, to save your stuff, but now it's become you got to get ready to run the car and run it quickly here, because if not, your chance at $1,000 will be over. But here's your UltimateDirtTV instant replay, and please tell me he's not involved in this one. Oh boy, it starts up front with Massey, Hauser. Oh boy.
Cordell, Massey, Hauser, and I want to say Brunson Benning in that 37. And poor old Jamie Massey was having such a good run. It just goes to show you can have a great 5 or 10 laps to where you can go from just around the top 10 to a top 5, and all of a sudden you're caught stuck on the inside concrete wall, and you've got to call the virtual tow.
Now's where it gets interesting, Mr. Wheeler.
I mean, you said it's a dash. It's, I mean, well, it
To 100 laps, it might as well be.
Yeah, nah. If you said 20 laps, then I could say that's a dash. But I mean, what have we got? 35, maybe 36, depending on if the lap counter should go back to 64. So there's 36 laps to go. Yeah, you know what? I'll let you have it. I'll go with you on that one, Alex. I'm happy to work with you.
You let me get that one?
Yep, I'll let you get that one. Considering that Evan C finished dead last.
Wow.
Too soon? Sorry, Evan. Blame Alex. That's why. Blame Alex. Green flag is back out. 64 down. 36 remaining. Lap number 65 is upon us. And, well, it's your original race leader of Carl Kilgore. But this battle for the minor placings right now, once again, Keith Hackney and Devin Morgan is not going to go any further because we are yellow. It's Billy Northcutt in the Zero machine. Let's see if he has a helping hand. Uh-oh, Gage Martinez that was, in fact. What happened to poor old Gage? Gage got turned. Was that your 55? Yep, so here's the 69 of Gage Martinez. No, yours is in the pink and black 55.
Mine had nothing to do with that one.
Yeah. Martinez actually done a nice little 360, so anyhow, that's the reason why we are yellow. Yes, Chris, he was moving up through the field. Yes, Alex Robinson.
Is the 07 on the track, or is he in the pits?
Yes.
Good
He's
check.
on track.
Okay.
But you can't ask me 2 questions and not expect to get one answer.
Well, it's either he's on track or he's in the pits.
Yes.
No, that's not how this works.
Yeah, no, it does. Clearly, you've lost your jab and touch.
Well, darn it. I was going to say, can we go IndyCar style and go 3 wide to start?
Yeah, nah. I don't think that's a wise idea, Alex. I really don't think that's a wise idea.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Chris, no, there is no lucky dog in this one. Lights are out on the pace truck. 35 to go. Alex, some would almost consider this a normal feature event, or very close to a normal feature event for these dirt street stocks. We go back to green. There was a lot of bumping and grinding there on the restart, but it's going to be Carl Kilgore, Devin Morgan. Now Morgan back to the inside. Here we go. Challenge on for the race lead. Bergeron going to swoop around the outside, make it 3 wide. It's a battle of 1s and 2s up front, Alex.
Here we go, 3 wide here, the 21, the 112, and the 12 machine is now. Here comes Yeager, here comes Hackney. Oh boy, let's go racing here. as we go battle for the race lead. Let's go 3 wide again for the second spot. The Ripple machine there as well, as Carl Kilgore is having problems.
Just going to say, I'm secretly cheering for Jordan Gage here. He's up to position 5, challenging for 4th as Dylan Yeager works back to the outside. There's still a lot of 2 and 3 wide action. Your race leaders, Devin Morgan from Alex Bergeron and Keith Hackney. That's 1, 2, and 3 right now. Yeager, then you look at Carl Kilgore on the 21, battling now with Zane Yost. And remember, these two guys, they went at it earlier on in tonight's feature. And Zane Yost has been right around that sort of top 3, top 5 area all night. He's just been unable to have that bit of luck that you need to have in these big races. We start lap number 69.
Oh man, Devin Morgan out in front here, Alex Bergeron, and talk about 2 cars that you can't wait to see go head-to-head here for a race win, as oh boy, Kilgore, it looks like, got into the inside wall yet again there, as now Kilgore trying to hold off that 5th spot from Yost, Gage, and Benning right now. Cody Myers in the mix there in the 9th spot, but there's Bergeron now. Contact between him and Hackney. Here comes Dylan Yeager.
Yeah, Hackney got into the back of Bergeron. Hackney had to check up, and Yeager went, well, you know what? I'll take evasive action. I'll cut it back down to the inside, and he took over 3rd position. Now, he's got to try and get by the 12 machine of Alex Bergeron, who's making that straight stock as wide as possible. And why wouldn't you? When you got $1,000 on the line, we've only got 30 laps to go. Devin Morgan. Now, remember, we go back to last week in the prelude to the Gobbler. He won the main event. He opted to not take the 25th starting position. He said, I'll take the money. He's got a good car. He's got a good enough car to win the Gobbler. And right now, he's out by nearly a second lead over the rest of the field.
And talk about a payday here as you see 3 wide for that 3rd spot. Carl Kilgore back in the mix, bringing in his teammate Keith Hackney with him. $1,100 is a pretty good payday over 2 weeks here in street stocks for the Gobbler. And Devin Morgan, you know, is only just less than 30 laps away from it.
Actually, make that $1,200 because I'm pretty sure Dirty Grass Soul added in another $100 for the winner of the Gobbler. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be $1,100 to the winner, not $1,000. But even if it was $1,000, $1,100 for 2 street stock races here at Volusia, that's not a bad way to spend a couple of weeks.
You know what you could do with that money? You could pay some bills.
I got bills to pay. We all got bills to pay. Unless you're unless you live at home with your parents and don't have any bills.
You leave me alone. I still have car insurance to pay.
That wasn't a shot at you, Alex. Not a shot at you at all. I'm talking about the younger kids that are like under 18 that don't have anything. That don't have any worries. How about Jordan Gage? Look at Dylan Hauser. Here he is, up to 8. He's still got a shot, Alex. 25 to go this time, but don't count him out just yet. If he gets the cautions at the right time and he can find the moves to get past a couple of cars each lap, he's really going to be a force late in this race.
He will be, as again, Gage Martinez is sitting there just like a few spots behind, so you never know. Those two are going to be interesting here. Devin Morgan, Alex Bergeron, Keith Hackney, though, top 3 right now. You see Zane Yost right now holding that 6th spot, trying to get by Dylan Yeager. Now everyone trying to find a quicker line, but everyone's going to hold the same line Devin Morgan is, which isn't helping anyone's case right now, trying to pass that 112.
Well, he's out by 1.25 seconds. That is a massive gap in these dirt street socks, and unless they get a yellow, I doubt anybody is going to catch that 112 machine. He might just be on the way to writing his name into the history books here at the TeamVLR.com for the 14th annual Gobbler. He could be a 10th different winner in 14 years. Right now, this battle for the minor place and around the top 5, although it might be single file, one little mistake from any one of these drivers and it could spell disastrous, whereas it could be a good payday or at a $50 payday.
You see Bergeron and Hackney going at it here. Kilgore and Yeager going side by side here. So everyone trying to get into the podium spots here as Bergeron, Hackney side by side. Bergeron going up a little further here. Again, cars trying to find a line here that they can work with and get quicker than that's what 112 machine of Devin Morgan. Morgan, though, in charge. There you see Carl Kilgore side by side with Dylan Yeager. Those two going at it side by side. That 48 machine of Dylan Yeager, bottom side's where he likes to be. Alex Bergeron makes a little hiccup there on the top side. Here comes Keith Hackney to the inside.
Yeah, Hackney's still working that 69 machine right through the middle of the racetrack. Sneaks up in there on the inside of the 12 of Alex Bergeron. There is Carl Kilgore as well, who had led a majority of this feature event. He led probably the first 30-odd laps before He had to succumb to the 69 machine of Keith Hackney leading a number of laps, and then all of a sudden we had chopping and changing for the race lead. Now we've got chopping and changing for the minor placings and around the top 5. Here we go, 3 wide, nearly 4 wide down the back straightaway. Here comes Kilgore in that 21 machine, that Kilgore Consulting 21. Will he go for the slide job? Yes, he will. Not 1, but 2. Thank you very much. Car Kilgore slides up, parks it on the snoot of the 12 of Alex Bergeron, and that allows Keith Hackney now to get back to the inside. Teammates working together, although they're racing for a win.
Keith Hackney, Devin Morgan, Carl Kilgore, Alex Bergeron, all in the mix here for this win. You know, Morgan up in front, but anything can happen in these closing laps here. Any hiccup can happen, but Kilgore, Hackney, Bergeron, your top 4 there, as you see, there it is.
That's a blame Alex moment right there. I was just going to say, he's got nearly a 1.9 second lead. The only thing that is going to stop him is that caution. Oh, Kilgore not happy with that one. You see him give him a little up tap there to Devin Morgan?
You just wanted to say, hi, how are you?
Mate, it's not prom night. You can't look up under his skirt. I'm pretty sure he's married, isn't he?
I don't know.
I got no idea about Kilgore, actually. But yellow flag with 16 laps to go. Alex, now it could be a dash. It really can be a dash or a sprint.
It's going to be one or the other.
You know what it's going to be? Yes.
Okay.
That's the answer. That's the answer to everything. Yes. Hello, Chase. Hello, Nicholas. How are we all? Mason, no. Gunner did not make it out of the server number 1 main event. Although did transfer from memory, and I want to say maybe 17th or 16th in my server from memory. Get a big thank you to, of course, everybody tuned in to the UltimateDirtTV or TeamVLR.com Facebook page. We're also live on the UltimateDirtTV Twitch and YouTube channel. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're on YouTube. If you haven't done so already, we're getting closer to that 2,000 sub mark, and just brings us great joy to have the support of all you wonderful Rays fans tuning in here. Not only tonight, but of course each and every night that we broadcast. Of course, coming up to Christmas, it's going to be slowed down just a little bit, which means I might be doing playing some other games. I did try and go racing yesterday, Alex, but apparently my wheelbase said, yeah, nah, and that's the second wheelbase I've done in 2 weeks. So I have officially retired.
Guess where I'm heading Saturday?
Where?
I'm going to Disney World.
You know where I was meant to be going this weekend? I was meant to be going up to Dubbo, which is about a 5-hour trip, to go commentate some late models. Yeah, we got told this morning that we got told Monday that he was a close contact for one of the teachers at his daycare centre. And we got told, although our test came back negative yesterday, we got told that everyone in this household has to isolate for 14 days. So in my next 2 weekends, I was meant to be going commentate.
I'm sorry, bud.
Beyond PI55ED right now. Here we go, challenge for the lead. Alex, here comes Kilgore. Oh, Morgan may have moved up, and here comes Bergeron. So it's a battle of the 1-2s again, but the 69 coming back into it. 14 laps left to go. Alex, it's a B-main distance away.
The battle is going to heat up. Like I said before, this is the 2 you want to see go at it head-to-head. Devin Morgan, Alex Bergeron put on championship races in the past. They've put on it in the Pro Series. And guess what? If it comes down to these 2 going side by side, I can't wait to watch them. But Hackney, Kilgore, Yost, that's your top 5 right now. But keep an eye, the 12, the 112, the 69. Oh boy, there's Dylan Hauser. Hauser gaining speed right now. He's up to 7th.
Yeah, just lost a little bit of ground actually there in 1 and 2. Got a little bit higher than probably he would have liked to be on the racetrack, because now Dylan Yeager moves by him. So move Dylan Yeager back up to 16. He's been one of those quiet achievers as well, Alex. We know what kind of racer Dylan Yeager is. We know he's always going to be the front, whether it's now sprint cars, late models, modified. You just know that 48 machine is going to be somewhere glued to the bottom and somewhere near the front. Right now, he's doing the victory lane racing, guys, proud by sitting in 6th position. But I'll tell you who's doing him even more prouder is the guy out in front. As we start lap number 90, Alex, we are 11 laps away from the 14th annual Gobbler 100 wrapping up here at Volusia.
And what other VLR driver has ever won the Gobbler?
Austin Simmelman.
That's it?
Kevin Dedman.
Okay, so 2.
Bill Aarons.
Darn it, Brett.
Now, I can't go any further back because I don't know the dirt track racing 2 guys. So I've just given you 3. We could make it 4 with Devin Morgan.
Devin Morgan, but there's Kilgore now battling it out with Zane Yost there for the 4th spot. Dylan Hauser now battling it out with Dylan Yeager. One caution could change the monumental here as, you know.
You what?
That was a big word. I just said monumental. That's a big word for me.
That sounded very expensive, Alex. How did you afford to come up with that one?
I don't know. I'm running on fumes. I don't know. Those are big words coming out at different times, but Alex Bergeron trying to make a big word come out, and that's a win here tonight.
Also looking for a big payday is Devin Morgan. You watch Jordan Gage, Dylan Yeager, Robin. Here comes Brunson Benning. Benning was in one of those accidents earlier on in the night, around lap 30 or 40 mark, and he's made his way. Cody Myers getting a little bump there from Brunson Benning in that 37B machine. That'll move him back to position number 11. 7 laps to go. Now, Alex, less than a heat race away. Here comes Hackney closing in on Bergeron down the back straightaway. And I'm going to say, if I'm Devin Morgan, if I'm his spotter right now, if I'm one of his teammates saying, hey, you know what? That's pretty good because these guys are battling behind you. You just keep doing what you're doing. We're only 6 away from $1,000.
As right now you see Hackney pretty much bump drafting Bergeron there, getting him a little bump, trying to gain some speed on that 112 machine. Here it comes again as a little bump and run technique. I don't know if that's what you actually want to call it, but they're closing in on the 112, but is it too little, too late? Do they need a caution here to make any difference on that 112 machine? Devin Morgan just needs to keep it clean here. If he keeps it clean for these 5 laps, Devin Morgan takes home a big payday.
Oh, we're 5, make it 4 laps to go. Hauser just on the outside of a top 5 position. 2 miles, Alex, is all that it needs to be for Devin Morgan. And the gap is getting thinner and thinner. Bergeron closes in into turn number 1. Morgan trying to drive away from him down the back straightaway. 3 laps to go, Alex, and the gap. This is going to be a belter for your feature.
Here we go. Closing distance. Devin Morgan has pressure applied, but now here comes Hackney. Hackney said, forget this. I see the run you're getting. I want that run too. These two going to go back to battling here. It might sign, sealed, delivered here unless some chaos happens in the next 2 laps. Devin Morgan comes home with the win. Here's the aerial view from it. Bergeron, Hackney sitting 2 and 3. Carl Kilgore there as well. But Devin Morgan, white flag will be out next time by for the 112 machine. Alex Bergeron in the 2nd spot, closing in once again here. But is it too little too late for that 3-time World Outlaw Sprint Car champion? Or is it going to be in close here? Brett Wheeler, white flag is out, take it home.
1 to go in the 14th annual Gobbler 100, brought to you by TyBTV and Team Victory Lane Racing. Devin Morgan gets through 1 and 2. He just needs to put 2 left-hand turns together for a $1,000 payday into turn number 3 and 4. We now have our 10th different winner in the 14th annual Gobbler 100. Devin Morgan for Team Victory Lane Racing wins here at Volusia. Second was tight battle between Alex Bergeron and Keith Hackney. Then you go back to Carl Kilgore. Zane Yost unofficially home in 4th position. But boy, oh boy, the 112 for Team Victory Lane Racing. Devin Morgan, not only did he pick up the prelude to the Gobbler last week, he denied the 25th starting position spot last week. He said he's got a good enough car to win. He has done that. He finished 3rd in server number 1. He said he was good enough to get the job done here tonight. And you see, they are a $1,000 victory donuts right there. And a well-deserved win. Let's take a look at your official results on screen right now. Devin Morgan, it is official. Your 14th annual Gobbler 100 winner, Alex Bergeron home in 2nd, Keith Hackney 3rd, Carl Kilgore 4th, Zane Yost rounds out your top 5. Then you go back to Dylan Hauser, Jordan Gage, Dylan Yeager, Brunson Benning, and Alex Brewer, your top 10.
Coming on in 11th, it's Cody Myers. 12th, Tyler Jackson. Matt Fletchell in the 13th spot. Blake Murray, 14th. Howard Weaver, 15th. Gage Martinez in 16th. 17th goes to Cruz Caldwell. 18th, Billy Northcutt. Preston Oberle in 19th. Ryder Cantillo in 20th.
And you go back to 21st, Jamie Massey. 22nd was Logan Rourke. Colton Zapansky in 23rd. Tanner Tomasi 24th. And Evan C. in 25th position. No doubt he is going to be absolutely thrilled about this result and the win. But we're going to go and talk to our third place. We'll go from we'll go third, second, and first. Let's chat to the driver that comes home in third place here tonight. It is Keith Hackney. Keith, well, mate, congratulations. Third place. That looked like an absolute ball out there, but man, I tell you what, that race had everything in it.
Oh yeah, man. We had a good car from the get go. That's Volusia for you. Especially when it starts getting slick. Racing starts getting really tight. It was one lane there for a little while. You could move around a little bit right there at the end. Just depending on how your car was set up or whatnot. I hate, me and my teammate Bo, we led a lot of laps of this race, and I don't know, just some hard racing, I suppose. And honestly, I don't really think the best car won, but that's part of it. And you know what, it was a good showing, and I can't wait to be back next year.
Mate, how did you stay focused for 100 laps? Because super late models or late models in general, pro late models, super late models, big blocks. I know you don't run sprint cars, but the 360 and 410s, they get around a lot quicker than what these street stocks do. How do you mentally prepare yourself, and how do you physically get around 100 laps around here and stay focused?
There again, like I said, we turned a lot of laps here, just preparing for this, because obviously 100 laps in a late model is completely different than 100 laps in a street stock. Because obviously they're not going as fast, but you just have to be really precise on your lines and keep your car as straight as possible with these things, and just having a lot of patience, man. That's just all there is to it. And you knew things was going to get dicey there the last quarter of the race, which it did, and man, we did all we could do, man.
Mate, to know, I asked you this. You said you turned what felt like 10,000 laps here this week. Finally glad to get this one in the books. But mate, third place in a Gobbler, you walk away with $450. That's not a bad way to spend that many amount of laps at one racetrack.
Oh yeah, anytime you put in a lot of time and sets or practice and throwing these rooms up and stuff, it's always good to walk out of here with some kind of money. Granted, we all make money just making a show, but just performing like we did, me and my team actually just performing like we did, and the caliber of drivers that's in here, you cannot be disappointed whatsoever. So our team is not really, this ain't no pro team here, but we are one of the deadliest street stock teams on the sim, and I'm glad to come in here and have a damn good performance.
Mate, you certainly showed that the Team No Love had their cars on rails here this week. Keith, congratulations on third place. Before we let you go, of course, one final time for the 14th Annual Gobbler. Sponsors, shout-outs, all that good stuff, mate. Who makes this happen for you?
Man, I got to thank Team No Love, man. Hands down. Like I said, one of the baddest street stock teams on the sim. Race Page Pro, House of Speed, Kilgore's Consulting, first and foremost, actually him, because he put us in the game tonight. Small Change Designs, Alpha Race Designs, Rantham Graphics, Dustin Hall on everything he does for me. Queen Bee at Beehive, man, it was an awesome turnout. Wish we could have been on top, but like I said, we came here, we showed out, and I just can't wait to be back next season, and appreciate y'all for putting on a hell of a broadcast.
Well, mate, well done on third place, and we'll hopefully see you back next year for the 15th Annual Gobbler.
All right, buddy, thank you.
Keith Hackney, ladies and gentlemen, home in third place. We'll throw it down to Alex Robinson, who was going to chat to your runner-up tonight of Alex Bergeron.
Coming home in second, the 12 machine of Alex Bergeron, and talk about it. 100 laps there. You closed in those final 10, but just too little, too late, but a heck of a run trying to chase down that 112.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely happy with the result. I didn't really expect to be up here. These guys are running a lot of street stocks, and Devin did a really good job there. He doesn't run street stock a lot, and we're really the only twos up front like that. And we were very good, both of us. And I just tried to hold off Keith there and bumping me a couple times, and it was hard, but we made our way to the front. Got hit a couple times, and maybe my car got a bit of hit from it. But we're catching there. Devin at the end just was not going to go in there and dump him. So, he did a good job.
And now, not a bad payday there in the second spot, and way to represent, the sprint car guys of the world here as one of the best all-around performances here. Street stocks, this track, And I'll ask you, because you've ran this track for years, how did this track turn out tonight after 100 laps?
Oh, it was really good. We had multiple lines. A couple times it changed. Of course, street stocks are not, displacing the dirt, as much as a sprint car or late model. So it's a bit different. Kind of have to get used to it. And, I didn't really practice much with this race. So I don't know how the track was going to end out or I was going to change or whatnot. But, the track got really tight for me at some point, and it was really hard for me to steer to the left. But whenever I was able to rotate the car enough and run the bottom or the middle, I started really gaining on these guys ahead of me and running way quicker lap times. And then everyone kind of equaled out. And then there at the end, the line was just really good. It was fun. Just trying to stay up front. And it's really tough. You get some draft out of these cars too. So as soon as you're hooked from somebody behind or somebody's in your bumper, then it's a lot easier. But we did what we had and what we could, and we finished second. So we'll take that.
And we know you got a lot of great sponsors, a lot of great people supporting that number 12 machine. Thank them again for another great run in that 12.
Yeah, for sure. But first off, I got to thank Ulter West, Blaine Brink, and Trey Solson. They've all spotted me tonight, helped me out. Also got to thank Bailey Hip for helping me out in the street stock sets. Felix Rowe as well came on board and helped us out. And of course, all of our partners and our Team of Race Sports, Jason, Rebecca, also Brandon for helping me out. Pit Logic, CSI Shocks, BNB Dirt Racing Simulators, Stoco and Joint Simon Gents, Redline Race Designs, CS Symptography, Wraps and Stitches, and of course, ABR Setup Shop. And I got to thank you guys for broadcasting, making this possible, VLR for putting this up. And, it was a great run for us. And hopefully next year we come one spot better.
That is your second place finisher tonight of Alex Bergeron, Brett Wheeler. You get to talk with the man who got a big payday. It's the Devin Morgan.
Yeah, well, let's talk to your race winner here tonight, and he is now $1,000 richer. Devin Morgan, congratulations. How does this feel, buddy? Has it sunk in? You are now the 14th annual Gobbler 100 winner.
Oh man, this is unreal. First attempt at the Gobbler and be able to come in here and win it. It definitely feels good. This definitely being a crown jewel event, I guess you would call it, of iRacing Dirt. So, man, this is awesome.
Right, as far as I'm aware, you do the fourth different Victory Lane winner or Team Victory Lane Racing driver to get the job done. What does it mean to you now that knowing that going into next year, you are going to be the man that everybody has a target on? They want to beat you to become the next Gobbler champion.
It means a lot. It puts a lot of pressure on you, but hopefully, they get this draft deal figured out where you can pull away and it's not just everyone on top of each other killing each other. Because ultimately that's what it came down to is I was just able to dirty my way to the front and get out and break the draft, and then I hated to see that yellow come out because I knew I had the draft broken and I was just pulling away from the field. And but when they got back to me, I had a dirty Kilgore there to stay out front because that's what you had to do to win this deal. You just had to run over everybody.
Mate, you picked up $100 last week. We'd asked you if you wanted to take that $100 or whether you'd like to start position number 25. You said last week that you had a car. You felt like you had a car that could win the Gobbler. Now that it's happened, to walk away with $1,100 for in what was 100 and we'll just round it up, say 170 laps around Volusia in dirt street stocks. How much preparation does that does one put into to try and pick up $1,000?
Normally I don't put any preparation going into these races. I'm still pretty good, but this one, especially not being a street stock guy, put in a pretty good amount of laps going into the prelim last week, and then going to this deal, I just kind of sat around and practiced before the session went up, and just came in here and knew I had a job to do, and we did it.
Hey, what was going through your mind there on that last lap? Down the back straight away, you were 2 turns away, knowing that you were so close, about 10 to 12 seconds away from that $1,000 payday. Talk us through what was going through your mind there on that final lap.
I just knew I had to, hit the corner, not make any mistakes, and not let Bergeron get to me. I kind of entered the corner harder than I had been on the bottom, and I saw Bergeron trying to get to the bumper there, so I just stood in the throttle and make sure I could get away from him, because at that point I knew he wasn't going to have anything on the exit for me. So yeah, I just knew I couldn't let him get to my bumper at all, and it'd be mine.
Well, mate, the 14th Gobbler is yours. We've had 14 years of Gobbler 100 racing. You are now the 10th different winner. Congratulations, Devin, on not only the win, but also last week with the prelude to the Gobbler. You sweep both races and you pick up at least $1,100. Devin, before we let you go, of course, sponsors on this race car, people behind the scenes, anybody that has helped you get to this point, now's an opportunity to thank those people.
Yeah, I got to thank my mom, my dad, MPM Marketing, Wiley X Glasses. I got to thank TAC 3 Defense, VLR, Evan C., Bighorn Taxidermy. I forgot to mention him in the prelim feature earlier tonight. I got to thank y'all for broadcasting, TeamVLR for putting on this event. It's an honor to be one of the many winners, and I want to thank everyone for it was a dirty but clean race, and it was fun all the way down to the checker.
Well, mate, congratulations! You are now the 14th annual Gobbler 100 winner. Congratulations, Devin.
Thank you,
Alex. That is all. The Gobbler, the 14th annual Gobbler 100, brought to you by TyBTV and Team Victory Lane Racing, is in the books. And Devin Morgan is now your 10th different winner.
It was a great race there, Brett Wheeler. I know I might be insane, but I wish there was 5 more laps.
No, I don't. I think 100 laps was more than enough to get around. Considering that we had 50 laps in the main event last week for the prelude to the Gobbler, plus there are obviously 5 8-lap peak races. There's 40 laps, plus you had a 10, 12, and a 14-lap B, a C, D, and B. So there's 34, so there's 70. So, I mean, we turned 125 laps last week between 60 cars. We did the same amount again tonight between 100 and, I want to say close to 120 cars. I don't know how many. I think you had, 58 or 59 in yours? I know we had 59 in server number 1. So out of the 120 spots, I mean, there's been a lot of laps turned at Volusia. I'm sure these drivers are ready to walk away from Volusia in street stocks and be like, yep, let's get on to the next track.
Here's the real question. How'd my hard charger pick do?
Plus 11.
I'll take it.
Okay. Dylan Hauser was 6, so he finished higher than Evan C. So it's 1-1. And the tiebreaker goes to me because the name of the game is called I Win.
Shocker.
Mm-hmm. You wouldn't read about it, Alex. Alex, thank you very much for your time here tonight in server number 2, and of course last week with the prelude to the Gobbler. Big thanks to, of course, Steve McMillan. But Alex, have you got any final thoughts before we wrap this thing up? Actually, hang on. Before we go, before we go, we're going to bring in a living legend of dirt street stocks, Mr. Rocky Battenfield. Rocky, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well. How you doing?
Look, I'm going to give you the generic answer I give everybody else, but I'm still crippled, but I'm still living life. Mate, as one of the men behind the scenes to make this possible, are you finally glad it's over?
Man, I tell you, all the work that VLR puts into this, I mean, I myself probably have 25 to 30 hours when it's all said and done. And Calavoda and Howard Weaver has actually stepped up his game and did a lot for us on the posters and the flyers and whatnot. So, yeah, I'm glad it's over. Get ready for the spring fling, I guess.
As a racer, you're in server 1. You're in my server earlier tonight. Obviously, things didn't go your way, and then all of a sudden, you have to take the race helmet off, and you step in behind the scenes with the race control guys. How do you sort of get yourself prepared as a racer, and then if you don't make it, how do you quickly switch those hats off?
I've always I've been able to do that. I'm an official in real life too. I officiate a lot of stuff, so I've got a switch that I can flip where I can go from one to the other. And my rule is if I get into it with anybody, I will not make a call on that person. But yeah, I just go in and kind of help out. Steven had it under control, and I was just an extra set of eyes is how I look at it.
Well, mate, congratulations on yet another successful Gobbler. This time, of course, the 14th annual Gobbler. Rocky, I know there's a whole lot of sponsors that I'm going to thank again anyway after we let you get out of here. But who else has helped make all this possible?
TyBTV come on real big for us this year. Can't thank him enough. We got Jeff Brown over at iRacing iFlag, and Jeff has been a sponsor of this thing for the last 4 or 5 years now, and he's phenomenal to work with. I mean, I have a lot of good conversation with him going into the Gobbler, and he's got some ideas that he kicks in. And I know I run an Oculus, so I can't use his iFlag. It doesn't help me, but I've gotten that for a present for about 10 other people, and they just absolutely love it. And then Chris Ferguson Motorsports, Evan C. Majula C. Speed Shop. I can't even talk.
How about Majula C. Speed Shop? That's what it is.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
No, they come on, and I mean they're a big help to VLR for anything we do. They do a bunch of our leagues and any special events we do. They're the first ones on board, and we really appreciate them and Chris Ferguson. And I know his dad's not doing well, so we're all praying for him right now. And yeah, and Dirty Grass Soul. Hey, they come on at the last minute here. Kevin Deadman came in right after the server was over, and server won, and said, "Hey, I want to throw $100 on to the winner." So there's another $100 to Devin. I don't even know if he knows about it yet.
I'm not sure if he does, but I did mention it earlier on as well. So he's technically walked away with $1,200. And now we move away from like the admin side of things. As a teammate, how happy are you to see a VLR teammate win this one? Because I can count that I know of 4 different. I'm pretty sure he'd be the 4th to win. Bill Aarons has won one, Austin Simmelman and Kevin Dedman, they've each won one. I'm not sure about the guys earlier on back in the DPRT days. Shane
James won one. I think he won the one at Lanier, and then Dedman, and then Hauser went back to back. And Hauser was looking like he was looking for a third one here. He made a good charge to the field after a wreck.
All right, buddy. Look, well done on yet another successful Gobbler event. We certainly look forward to the next one. And of course, we certainly look forward to the spring thing. Rocky, thank you very much for your time, mate.
Hey, thank you, and thank you, DTV, man. You guys do a phenomenal job, and man, seems like we work really well together, and I really appreciate you guys.
All right, there we go. Rocky Battenfield, ladies and gentlemen, one of the guys behind the scenes that make all this possible. He was a driver earlier on tonight, and then, of course, he unfortunately didn't make the main event serve, but now he was part of the admin team as well behind the scenes that were making the calls. So congratulations to the entire staff with the TeamVLR.com and, of course, TyBTV, iRacing, iFlag, CFM Esports, and Dirty Grass. So, Alex Robinson, thank you for your time. Until next time, on behalf of the team here at UltimateDirtTV and the management behind the scenes, on behalf of Alex Robinson, I'm Brett Wheeler, signing off, saying good night. Thank you for watching. Devin Morgan is your 14th annual Gobbler 100 winner.